The old man was covered with tattoos and scars. He got some in prison and others in bars. The rest he got working on old junk cars in the daytime. They look like tombstones in our yard, and I never seen him when he wasn't tired and mean. He sold used parts to make ends meet, covered with grease from his head to his feet, cussing the sweat in the Texas heat and mosquitoes. And the neighbors said we lived like hicks, but they brung their cars for Pa to fix anyhow. He was veteran proud, tried and true. He'd fought till his heart was black and blue. Didn't know how he'd made it through the hard times. He'd bought our house on a GI Bill, but it wasn't worth all he had to kill to get it. He drank Pearl in a can and Jack Daniels Black, chewed tobacco from a mail pouch sack, had an old dog that was trained to attack sometimes. He'd get drunk and mean as a rattlesnake, and there wasn't too much that he would take from a stranger. There were 13 kids and a bunch of dogs, a house full of chickens and a yard full of hogs. I spent the summertime cutting up logs for the winter, trying like the devil to find the Lord, working like a nigger for my room and board. Coal burning stove, no natural gas. If that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. If that ain't country, it'll hair lip the Pope. If that ain't country, it's a damn good joke. I've seen the Grand Ole Opry, and I met Johnny Cash. If that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. Mama sells eggs at a grocery store. My oldest sister's a first-rate whore. Dad says she can't come home anymore, and he means it. Ma just sits and keeps her silence. Sister, she left 'cause Dad got violent, and he knows it. Mama, she's old far beyond her time, from chopping tobacco, and I seen her crying when blood started flowing from her calloused hand, and it hurt me. She'd just keep working, trying to help the old man to the end of one row and back again like always. She's been through hell since Junior went to jail. When the lights go out, she ain't never failed to get down on her knees and pray because she loves him. Told all the neighbors he was off in the war, fighting for freedom. He's good to the core and she's proud. Now our place was a graveyard for automobiles. At the end of the porch there was 4 stacks of wheels and tires for sale for $1 or $2 cash. There was 50 holes in an old tin roof. Me and my family was living proof. The people who forgot about poor white trash. And if that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. If that ain't country, it'll hair lip the Pope. If that ain't country, damn good joke. I've seen the Grand Ole Opry, and I've met Johnny Cash. If that ain't country, I'll kiss your ass. I'm thinking tonight of my blue eyes, concerning the great speckled bird. I didn't know God made honky-tonk angels and went back to the wild side of life. I try so hard, my dear, to show
that you were my every dream. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Another love before my time made your heart sad and blue. And so my heart is paying now for things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said that make the teardrops start. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? You'll never know how much it hurts to see you sit and cry. You know you need and want my love, yet you're afraid to try. Why do you run and hide from life? To try it just ain't smart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me, but now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. The more I learn to care for you, the more we drift apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
Dark cloud hanging over me, when will it go away? Rain is in my eyes and I can't see. Life's become just cloudy days. Why she done me like she's done, I guess I'll never know. She knows I need her more than anyone. I made a point to let it show. Cloudy days, don't the sun ever shine anymore? Stormy weather, will you always be around? When I'm down, I can't stand cloudy days. I recall a time when times were good. Lord, they seem so long ago. But you know they say if rain don't come, then love has no chance to grow. Cloudy days, don't the sun ever shine anymore? Stormy weather, will you always be around? When I'm down, I can't stand cloudy days.
forgotten or dreams that just fell by the way. And the good life he promised ain't what she's living today. But she never complains of the bad times or the bad things he's done, Lord. She just talks about the good times they've had and all the good times to come. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his ways that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter they'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman loving her good-timing man. Oh, he likes the nightlife, the bright lights and good timing friends. When the party's all over, she'll welcome him back home again. Lord knows she don't understand him, but does the best she can. 'Cause she's a good-hearted woman, she loves her good-timing man. She's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his ways that she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter they'll pass through this world hand in hand. She's a good-hearted woman loving her good-timing man. Oh, she's a good-hearted woman in love with a good-timing man. She loves him in spite of his Mickey Mouse ways she don't understand. Through teardrops and laughter they'll pass through this world hand in hand. Yeah, she's a good-hearted woman.
Hanging in and hanging on. 'Cause once we let go, then it's gone. With some faith and some trust, there's still a future for us. Hanging in and hanging on. Lately it seems like our ship is sinking, and the only way out is overboard. But if this love goes down, well, I'm going with it, 'cause I still believe in us. Darling, I'll never give up. Hanging in and hanging on. 'Cause once we let go, then it's gone. With some faith and some trust, there's still a future for us. Hanging in and hanging on. I want you to know I'm in this forever, no matter what we must go through. I'll do what it takes to keep you hanging in, hanging on. 'Cause once we let go, then it's gone. But with some faith and some trust, there's still a future for us.
waiting in the front yard, sitting on a log, single-shot rifle and a one-eyed dog. Yonder come my kinfolks in the moonlight, Louisiana Saturday night. Hey, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and throw them in the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night. My brother Bill and my other brother Jack, belly full of beer and a possum in the sack. 15 kids in the front porch light, Louisiana Saturday night. Hey, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and throw them in the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night. Folks leave and the kids get fed, me and my woman gonna sneak off to bed, have a little fun when we turn out the light, Louisiana Saturday night. Hey, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and throw them in the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night. Hey, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and throw them in the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana Saturday night.
My rebel son, Kid Rock. And I don't really like this stuff they call hip-hop, but he's sure been good to me, and I'm still trying to make him see. In country music, you just can't say the F word. My son Sheldon says he's been having a hard time. Yeah, he does great shows, but he's just gotta speak his own mind. Well, I wonder where that came from. I guess he's a real son of a gun. Take the old man's advice, be nice, and lose the F word. You just can't say the F word. Oh, we've come a long way, but it's best if that one's not heard. Oh, we've had some hells and dams, but we don't say bitch, we say why. Yes, ma'am, 'cause in country music, you just don't use the F word. It sounds pretty good to me, but it's time for basics, our roots and some reality. You gotta scrape me off of the ceiling when Mrs. Hawkins says it with feeling. But in country music, you just can't say the F word. No, in country music, you just don't use the F word. Oh, we've come a long way, but it's best if that one's not heard. Oh, we've had some hells and dams, but we would never say that. We'd say, why, yes, ma'am, 'cause in country music, we just don't use
the F word. Some of these guys say it 500 times, but in country music you don't use it one damn line. No, in country music we don't say the F word.
Well, you ask me if I'll forget my baby. I guess I will someday. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. You ask me if I'll get along. I guess I will some way. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. God gave me that girl to lean on, then he put me on my own. Heaven help me be a man and have the strength to stand alone. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. You ask me if I'll miss her kisses. I guess I will every day. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. You ask me if I'll find another. I don't know, I can't say. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way. God gave me that girl to lean on, then he put me on my own. Heaven help me be a man, have the strength to stand alone. I don't like it, but I guess things happen that way.
I feel tears welling up cold and deep inside, like my heart sprung a big break. And the stab of loneliness sharp and painful that I may never shake. Now you might say that I was taking it hard since you wrote me off with a call, but don't you wager that I'll hide the sorrow when I'm right down and bald. Now the race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back. They're trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all. One day I ventured in love, never once suspecting what the final result would be. How I lived in fear of waking up each morning and finding that you'd gone from me. There's aching and pain in my heart, for the day was the one that I headed to face. Somebody new came up to win her, and I came out in second place. Now the race is on and here comes pride up the backstretch. Heartaches are going to the inside. My tears are holding back. They're trying not to fall. My heart's out of the running. True love scratched for another's sake. The race is on and it looks like heartaches, and the winner loses all.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. What a crazy, crazy party.
Never seen so many people laughing, dancing. Look at you, you're having fun. But look at me, I'm almost crying. But that don't keep her love from dying. Misery, 'cause for me the part is over. Turn out the lights, the part is over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The part is over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. Once I had a love undying. I didn't keep it, wasn't trying. Life for me was just one party and then another. I broke her heart so many times, had to have my party wine. Then one day she said, sweetheart, the party's over. Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night. The part is over, and tomorrow starts the same old thing again. And tomorrow starts the same old thing again.
Years ago, on a cold, dark night, a man was killed 'neath the town hall light. There was a few at the scene, and they all did agree the man who ran looked a lot like me. Well, the judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. But I spoke not a word, though it meant my life. I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil and visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. The scaffold is high and eternity's near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold winds blow, in a long black veil, Lord, she cries over my bones. Walks these hills in a long black veil and visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me.
Daddy wanted a radio. He tuned it to a country show. I was rocking in the cradle to the crying of a steel guitar. Mama used to sing to me. She taught me that sweet harmony. Now she worries 'cause she never thought I'd ever really take it this far. Singing in the bars and chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. 'Cause all I've ever wanted is to pick his guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Atlas and a coffee cup, 5 pickers and an old Dodge truck, heading down to Houston for a show on Saturday night. Well, this overhead is killing me. Half the time I sing for free, but when the crowd's into it, Lord, it makes this thing I'm doing seem right. Standing in the spotlight, chasing that neon rainbow, I'm living that honky-tonk dream. 'Cause all I've ever wanted is to pick his guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Daddy's got a radio, he won it 30 years ago. He said, son, I just know we're gonna hear you singing on it someday. Well, I made it up to Music Row, and Lordy, don't the wheels turn slow. Still, I wouldn't trade a minute, I wouldn't have it any other way. Just show me to the stage, I'm chasing that neon rainbow, I'm living that honky-tonk dream. 'Cause all I've ever wanted is to pick this guitar and sing. Just trying to be somebody, just wanna be heard and sing. I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. Oh, I'm chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream.
I left Oklahoma, driving in a Pontiac, just about to lose my mind. I was going to Arizona, maybe on to California, where the people all live so fine. My baby said I was crazy, my mama called me lazy. I was gonna show them all this time. 'Cause you know I ain't no fooling, I don't need no more schooling. I was born to just walk the line. Living on Tulsa time, living on Tulsa time. Well, you know I've been through it when I set my watch back to it. Living on Tulsa time. Well, there I was in Hollywood, wishing I was doing good, talking on the telephone line. But they don't need me in the movies, and nobody sings my songs. Guess I'm just a wasting time. Well, then I got to thinking, man, I'm really sinking, and I really had a flash this time. I had no business leaving, and nobody would be grieving if I went on back to Tulsa time.
living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Living on Tulsa time. Gonna set my watch back to it, 'cause you know I've been through it. Living on Tulsa time.
Time and time again, Lord, I've been going through the motion. It's a means to an end, the ends don't seem to be. Walking around, living the dream, anytime I take a notion. Till the truth comes bubbling up so bittersweet. There's no point getting out of bed when you ain't living the dream. Like making a big old pot of coffee when you ain't got no cream. I don't need to change my strings, 'cause the dirt don't hurt the way I sing. Oh, I don't have to do a goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die. Well, I've been waiting on an angel waitress, come and take my order. Tell me all about the special day. Staring at a puddle of mud in my spoon and couldn't be much border. Open them circles on the paper, don't call back telling me to start today. That old man upstairs, oh, he wears a crooked smile, staring down on the chaos he's created. He said, son, if you ain't having fun, then just wait a little while. Mama's gonna wash it all away. She thinks mercy's overrated. Making a big old pot of coffee when you ain't got no cream. I don't need to change my strings, 'cause the dirt don't hurt the way I sing. Oh, and I don't have to do goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die. Oh, I don't have to do goddamn thing, sit around and wait to die. Hitting more for a long, long time. Gonna hit the road, start looking for the end of that long white line. Gonna hit the road, start looking for the end of that long white line. Well, I woke up and my baby was gone. Without her, don't need no home. Gonna hit the road, start looking for the end of that long white line. Gonna hit the road, start looking for the end of that long white line. Went to the bank to get my dough. I don't care where I go. Gonna push that rig till I push that girl out of my mind. If somebody wants to know what's become of this so-and-so, tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. Tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. New York City, old St. Joe, Albuquerque, New Mexico. This old rig is humming and rolling, she's doing fine. If somebody wants to know what's become of this so-and-so, tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. Tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. Go on now. Albuquerque, New Mexico. This old rig is humming and rolling, she's doing fine. If somebody wants to know what's become of this so-and-so, tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. Tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line. I won't be round this old town. It's more a long, long time. Gonna hit the road, start looking for the end of that long white line. Tell them I'm somewhere looking for the end of that long white line.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on, though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her up right. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
I'm a honky-tonk rambler, a riverboat gambler, a purveyor of rhythm and rhyme. I like a good-looking woman, domestic light beer, and a song played in three-quarter time. Old John Wayne movies and trucks made in Detroit when it's still on the assembly lines. Yeah, this world's gone to hell, and it's too hard to tell who's wrong, 'cause ain't nobody right. So break out some Haggard, pour on some Jones, smoother than whiskey, cuts to the bone. With everyone lying, the only truth's in a song. So break out some Haggard and pour on some Jones. We're afraid of some changing, but I question the road that we're on. They're putting hip-hop in country for the love of the money, not caring they're killing the song. Well, I never stand in the way of a man making hay, but I think it's a hell of a thing. See them shaking their hips and moving their lips without having a damn thing to say. So break out some Haggard and pour on some Jones. It's smoother than whiskey, cuts to the bone. With everyone lying, the only only truth sing a song. So break out some Haggard and pour on some Jones. Yeah, break out a little Merle Haggard and pour out a little bit for George Jones.
Why do you keep calling? You're gonna drive yourself crazy, and you know that it's true. It's making you wild and blue, wild and blue. It's no wonder. Look at the things that you do. They could just take you up yonder. You're already wild and blue. Somebody's room on the far side of town. Your mind's all made up, the shades all pulled down. Someone is trying to satisfy you. He don't know you're wild and you're blue, wild and blue. It's no wonder. Just look at the things that you do. They could just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. It's 4 in the morning and you're all alone with no place to go. Why don't you come home? I'll be right here, baby, waiting for you. I know you've been wild and blue, wild and blue. It's no wonder. Just look at the things that you do. They could just take you up yonder, honey. You're already wild and blue. If they could just take you up yonder, honey, you're already wild and blue.
To the town of our Frio rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He came riding from the south side, slowly looking all around. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip, and he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. Big iron, when he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip.
I've got a sad, sad story, friends, that I don't like to tell. I had a home and family when they locked me in the cell. I've been in here 18 years, that's a long time, I know. But time don't mean a thing to me, 'cause I've got life to go. I went one night where the lights were bright to see what I could see. I met up with an old friend there who thought the world of me. He bought me drinks and he took me to every honky-tonk in town. But words were said and now he's dead, I just had to bring him down.
It has been a long time now since I've heard from my wife. I guess I'd be there with her yet if I hadn't used the knife. I bet that little girl of mine don't realize and know her daddy's been here 18 years and he's still got life to go. I bet there's not one man outside that spent this long in jail. I'll be here in this prison till my body is just a shell. I can't be free to go and see the ones that I love so. Yes, I've been in here 18 years and I've still got life to go. Yes, I've still got life to go. Yes, I still got life to go. Yes, I still got life to
Song of the South, sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth. Gone with the wind, there ain't nobody looking back again. Cotton on the roadside, cotton in the ditch. We all picked the cotton, but we never got rich. Daddy was a veteran, a Southern Democrat. They ought to get a rich man to vote like that, singing song of the South, sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth. Gone with the wind, there ain't nobody looking back again. Well, somebody told us Wall Street fell, but we were so poor that we couldn't tell. Cotton was short and the weeds were tall, but Mr. Roosevelt is gonna save us all. Well, Mama got sick and Daddy got down. The county got the farm and they moved to town. Papa got a job with a TVA. He bought a washing machine and then a Chevrolet. Sing it, song of the South, sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth. Gone with the wind, there ain't nobody looking back again. Play it. Singing song of the South, sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth. Gone with the wind, there ain't nobody looking back again. Song of the South. Gone with the wind. Song of the South. Song of the South.
Pop a top again. I've just got time for one more round. Set 'em up, my friend. Then I'll be gone and you can let some other fool sit down. I'd like for you to listen to a joke I heard today from a woman who said she was through and calmly walked away. I tried to smile and did a while, but it felt so out of place. Did you ever hear of a clown with teardrops streaming down his face? Papa Top again. I think I'll have another round. Set 'em up, my friend. Then I'll be gone and you can let some other fool sit down. Home for me is misery, and here I'm wasting time. 'Cause a row of fools on a row of stools is not what's on my mind. But then you see her leaving me is not what I prefer. So it's either here just drinking beer or home remembering her. Papa Top again. I think I'll have another round. Set 'em up, my friend. Then I'll be gone and you can let some other fool sit down. Papa Top again.
Well, I've never been to Spain, but I kinda like the music. Say the ladies are insane there, and they sure know how to use it. You can't refuse it, can't misuse, ain't never gonna lose it. Well, I've never been to England, but I've always liked the Beatles. I was headed for Las Vegas, but only made it out to Needles. Can't you feel it? You must believe it, 'cause it feels so good. Well, I've never been to heaven, but I've been to Oklahoma. People tell me I was born there, but I really don't remember. Well, Oklahoma, Arizona, what do it matter?
left my wife with another man. Now I'm doing 99. At a prison down in Georgia, close to the Florida line. I've been here for 12 long years, and I finally made the warden my friend. So he sentenced me to a life of ease, taking care of old Red. Now old Red, he's the dangest dog this old boy has ever seen. He's got a nose that can smell a 2-day trail, Lord, he's a 4-legged dragging machine. Just consider yourself mighty lucky to get past the gators and the quicksand beds. But all these years that I've been here, ain't nobody got past Red. Hear the warden say, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun, Red'll have your treat for the morning come. I paid off a guard and he slipped out a letter to my cousin in Tennessee. And he brought down me a blue tick count, Lord, she's pretty as she could be. Pinned her up in the swampland, about a mile just south of the gate. And when I take old Red on his evening run, I just drop him off and wait. Hear the warden say, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun, Red'll have your treat for the morning come. Now old Red got used to seeing his little lady there every night. So I kept him away for 3 or 4 days, and I waited till the time was right. I made my run with the evening sun, and I smiled when I heard him let him out. 'Cause I headed north to Tennessee, and old Red was headed south. I hear the warden say, come on somebody, why don't you run? Old Red's itching to have a little fun. Get my lantern, get my gun, Red'll have your treat for the morning come. Now there's some red-haired blue ticks all through the South. Love got me in there and love got me out.
Born the middle son of a farmer in a small town southern man. Like his daddy's daddy before him, brought up working on the land. Fell in love with a small town woman and they married up and settled down. Natural way of life if you're lucky for a small town southern man. First there came 4 pretty daughters for this small town southern man. Then a few years later came another, a boy he wasn't planned. 7 people living all together in a house built with his own hands. Little words but love and understanding from a small town southern man. And he bowed his head to Jesus, and he stood for Uncle Sam. And he only loved one woman, was always proud of what he had. He said his greatest contribution is the ones he'll leave behind. Raised on the ways and gentle kindness
kindness of a small town southern man. Callous hands told the story for the small town southern man. He gave it all to keep it all together and keep his family on his land. Like his daddy, years wore out his body, made it hard just to walk and stand. You can break the back, but you can't break the spirit of a small town southern man. And he bowed his head to Jesus, and he stood for Uncle Sam. And he only loved one woman, was always proud of what he had. He said his greatest contribution is the ones he'll leave behind, raised on the ways and gentle kindness of a small town southern man. Finally death came calling for this small town southern man. He said it's alright, 'cause I see angels and they got me by the hand. And don't you cry and don't you worry, I'm blessed and I know I am. 'Cause God has a place in heaven for a small town southern man. And he bowed his head to Jesus, and he stood for Uncle Sam. And he only loved one woman, was always proud of what he had. He said his greatest contribution is the ones he'll leave behind, raised on the ways and gentle kindness of a small town southern man. Raised on the ways and gentle kindness of a small town southern man.